Hey guys, how's it going? I want to pop on here because I was driving along today on the highway and icy conditions and stuff, and I was getting kind of upset with some of the drivers. People were, well, it's holiday season. Everybody's in a rush. Everybody thinks they're going to get that last gift. Oh my God, it's going to disappear. I'm going to get it. Or whatever, or, wherever they're driving around like maniacs. They were on my tail and they're passing me. And actually, I was in the right hand lane, so they were. I wasn't blocking traffic. And I started to think about spirituality and what that means and what a spiritual person would do in a situation like that, or what I thought a spiritual person would do in a situation like that. And it led me to think back when I first started reading like Eckhart Tolle, especially him. Um, who else? Byron Katie, some of those spiritual authors. And I was trying to understand what it meant to be in the present. Um, Always be in the present with things. Accept things. Um, don't hold on to things. Don't be attached to things. And I ended up doing, oftentimes it's interesting when we learn something new, we will kind of go to extremes because we're not really sure. We're trying to find our boundaries. Like, okay, so I went to the extreme of being, just happy all the time. And, someone would cut me off and I'd think, oh, well, they're having a bad day and that kind of thing. Or someone was mean to me or whatever. Oh, okay, I can accept that they're having a bad day, and I don't have to let it in what they're react to what they're putting out to me, kind of thing. So I became very it was almost a forced feeling of happiness. Like, I have to be happy all the time. I have to go to yoga all the time. I have to be spiritual. I have to be above everybody else, And it was, and it really led me to a place of complacency, because I got to a point where it's like, okay, well, if I just accept, and this was my mind, probably ego, if I accept everything all the time as is and be in the present, then whatever happens to me, I accept. I just have to be good with it. I have to be okay with it. Um, whatever circumstances fall upon me, the world around me, I just accept. Situations around me, I just accept. If someone's an asshole to me, I just accept it. And so, like I said, became very complacent. And then what that ended up doing, and I realized this pattern, is that what you end up doing is you push down the feelings of whatever you had. So being present doesn't mean being happy all the time. You don't have to be, drifting around like you're on some, LSD or some drug all the time and happy and go lucky. And being present is being present with where you are at the time. And I understand this now. Your feelings, your body, your mood. We're full of hormones. We're full of chemicals. We're full of moodiness, and things happen all the time. We're never the same person all the time. So being present means be where you are at the time. If you're in a pissed off mood, then be in a pissed off mood. You don't have to take it out on other people. But if someone, pisses you off, express it, like if you're in a car or something like that, like I think of the movie Fish Called Wanda, where Otto, the hitman there, he would get in his car and he would pull out, barrel out in front of somebody, and he'd cut them off and they'd beep at him and he'd go like, asshole, and I just kind of thought about that, and it's like, it's okay to be that, because that's being present. What you don't want to be is, for one thing, is hold those feelings in. Because if you hold the feelings in, what ends up is you push them down. And if they keep happening over and over and over and over again, and you push them down, and they're not going to stay there forever. At some point, anger and frustration and stuff is going to come out. Oftentimes it comes out with someone you're close with. Oftentimes it comes out with a loved one. You could be pissed off at traffic or work from the day, and you're not going to say it at work. You're not going to vocalize it at work. You're not going to be, maybe vocalize it in traffic because you want to be perceived as, I don't know, road rage. But then when you get home, when you feel comfortable with your loved ones, with your kid, with your wife, with your husband, that's when it's going to boil over because, like I said, you feel comfortable and boom. So if you are able to instead be in the present still, but feel the feelings that you feel when you're angry. Feel the feelings that you feel when you're happy. Express when you're angry. Express when you're happy. Instead of holding those in and feeling like you can't express it because it's going to come out eventually. So being spiritual doesn't mean having a happy face all the time and just being a doormat or whatever. It just means being present, which means feeling what you feel. And the second thing, though, is not holding on to things. So once you, for instance, if someone cuts you off, okay, you've got two scenarios. You could, I'm just gonna, hold it in, and all right, the guy's had a bad day, but you're kind of gurgling inside, and you want to just punch through a wall or something like that, but you hold those feelings inside, and you keep pushing them inside. That's just going to be anger, and it's going to build up eventually. Versus, guy cuts you off, and you're like, fuck you. You don't have to say it to him. You have to flip him off. But you can feel it inside. You can, verbalize it to yourself or externally and feel it and let it out. Because that's where you are. Let it out. But then once you let it out, just let it go. It's gone. It happened. It's in the past. So be in the present, but then let go of whatever it is and move on because the present is now. Oh, wait a minute, we just missed it. It's now. We missed it again. You know what I mean? It's gone. You can never catch up to the present because it's gone already. And future is not here. So anything you're worrying about for the future doesn't exist yet. And in the past, it's gone. So don't hold on to the past. Don't hold on to the guy who cut you off like an hour ago and then blow up at your wife or your husband or your child because it's not doing any good. It's just, just proliferating that anger cycle. And the second thing I was thinking of is anger's not bad. Anger's not bad. Sadness isn't bad. A little bit of neediness. I hate to say neediness, but needing companionship or needing something is not bad. For every single experience we have in life, there's let's say, because we label them, a positive and a negative. And so often what we do is we, as humans, I think because we're prey animals, we're so used to being preyed on, and historically throughout our development, we'd get eaten and stuff like that. So we had to always be kind of on the lookout and be defensive and always think in that manner. So, where was I going with that? Just lost my train of thought. The idea that anger is not bad. It's just another expression of us. And anger has a good side and a bad side. So let's think of anger as being, anger and hate and that kind of thing, versus the other side, which would be like, if you take your anger in a positive way, it could be determination, it could be focus, it pushes you through, it helps you get through some type of struggle in life. Love, the same thing. Love, the opposite, what do we think? Maybe hate. Hate can be just as useful as love. Love, because hate, you can use that again as focusing it in a positive way, because it's part of you. It's part of you. We have these both sides of us. And if we push one side away, which we often do, is like, well, we don't want to be angry, and we don't want to be, we want to be depressed, and we want to be happy all the time. What we push away, or what we Resist persists. So when you're in a state of, anger or sadness or, just loneliness or whatever it is, feel it. Don't push it away. Don't push it away, man. If you push it away, you're just going to prolong where you are. In a way, I don't know if you want to say enjoy it, but recognize it as the gift that it is. Recognize it as if you didn't have that anger or loneliness or fear, then you would never know the other side of that coin. Love and exhilaration and, and focus and just, exuberance and things like that. Because we are in this plane, we are I forget what it's called. But basically, we're in a world of duality for everything. So if there was no duality and everything was just level, we're happy all the time, 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 then it would just become boring, right? Because we wouldn't know joy and we wouldn't know sadness. We're this being that kind of fluctuates along this sine wave, based on the moon and the tides and the chemicals in your body and what you eat and who you're around and the time of month and the year and your age. All those things play into where you are and cycles of moods and things like that. But it's all natural. Just go with it. So yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk about the difference between kind of being, fake spiritual or like happy spiritual all the time and, everything's good when, it's not, versus just accepting. And accepting doesn't mean being complacent. It doesn't mean liking the situation that you're in. It just means, I can't think of another word, but just being okay. Well, being okay with what is right now. Doesn't mean you want to change. Doesn't mean you don't want to change it. Doesn't mean you have to be happy with it. It just means that you're accepting of what is right now. And you don't fight it because you're fighting yourself. So yeah. So I just want to talk about that. I thought that was really, really important because I've been in that state. And, while, like I said, driving along today in the highway, I was like, God damn, and this jerk and this kind of stuff. And it felt good, and I'm still bopping around to my music, but, I'm like, this guy cuts me off and this guy's on my tail. And instead of holding it in like I used to be, happy, I just got it out. It's gone now, it's gone. So, I don't have any of that anger pent up inside of me. And, so yeah, any dark, any, especially like anger. Anger, we often kind of think like it's a dark side of us. It's not a dark side of us. It's just a side of us. If we learn to love all of us, our anger, our whatever shadows or whatever things we don't like about ourselves in life, then we learn to be accepting of ourselves, how we are, and it really is freeing. And it allows you to just express who you are. And it's amazing because people pick up on that. Women especially, they're very perceptive. So yeah, just wanted to kind of pop on that and say that because I thought that was really kind of important. And like I said, I thought about that Fish Called Wanda video movie, which was an awesome movie. Asshole. Anyway, so you guys have an awesome night, and I'm just going to kind of de-stress in my tub right now, which is really awesome too. I'll talk about that at some point. I have different ways to de-stress, and one way I do is actually in the tub. It's a hot tub. I can press the button, and I won't because you won't be able to hear me. But even just just a regular tub. Sit in the tub with some Epsom salts. Great, some bathing salts. It's good for your skin. It's good for your body. Invigorates you. And a little bit of lavender. Lavender is relaxing. It's just a nice aroma, and it just kind of sets you, nice in the day. If you've done exercising or you've been sitting around, on a desk all day, or maybe you're driving all day or whatever, It's just a good way to kind of stretch out, relax, and get your muscles, better and less tight and constricted. So, all right, I'm just kind of babbling right now, but I'm done with basically my message, which is, what is it? It's you don't have to be happy all the time to be spiritual, and embrace all of your feelings, your anger, your sadness, whatever it is. Embrace it. Embrace it. Accept it as being now, and then just let it be. Oh God, I could break into a song right now. John Lennon. I'll try. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Seeking words of wisdom, let it be. I don't know the rest of it, so that's it. I'll spare you. All right, you guys have an awesome night, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.